Okay, so in this video, we're gonna do some practice with all the knowledge that we have acquired through this unit. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create like some sort of level that uses a lot of the assets that we imported in the content drawer, uh, a lot of the static mesh items that we were taking a look at. We're gonna create a level that uses them and in this way you get some practice so that then you can do this by yourself on the lab assignment for this unit. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the floor. As you can see, the floor is like really large, so it's not something that I really like want for this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually just delete that. So you can go and edit, delete. So you see now there's no floor, but now let's create it ourselves. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a plane. So that's gonna be basically, you see, kind of like a square, but completely thin. It's very useful for doing floor types. So here, let's do this, and then let's scale it to make it much larger. You can scale it using the tool here. I'm gonna go ahead and do it in the details panel because it will be quicker. I'm gonna do 4, 4, and 4. Actually, let's do it way larger. Let's do maybe 12, 12, and 12. Okay. So now we have, you see, a little bit of more room here. I'm gonna move it around so that it can fit all my items. Okay, and now one thing that I haven't covered yet, I was planning on covering this on next unit. It's about materials. Okay, so materials are basically gonna be textures that we're gonna put on top of our object. Basically, materials is how we make the object look. So we can color the object, we can put different kind of textures. So I'm gonna go more in depth in next unit, but for now, just to have a little bit of an introduction, we're gonna select the floor, go here on materials, and then here we are gonna change the basic shape material. And as you can see, you have all these options on this menu. I'm just gonna go ahead and look for one called grass, this one. And then as you can see, now we have like a really nice floor that resembles grass, okay? So now, as you can see, some of my items are like in the air. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my chair to be here, like something like more in the floor, something that makes more sense. Okay, so zoom in, make sure that they are not floating. Okay, and this looks good. Okay, sorry if I'm moving a little bit too fast. I'm gonna try to go a little bit slower on my camera. Okay. So now let's see what else is interesting here. There's like a couch. I guess we can use this couch here too. Well, more than a couch, it's more like a bigger chair. I'm gonna put that on this corner, but I'm gonna rotate it to make it be on this direction. Okay, something like this. Okay, just make sure you are following me along as we go. Okay, now let's do something different with these shapes, okay? Let's move this shape all the way to the left. Let's also move this shape here, okay? Let's put them on the floor. Like one next to each other is fine. But now, let's say I want to make one of them larger. Let's say this one, I'm going to scale it, and I'm going to scale it in all dimensions. So I'm going to make like a bigger cube for this one, okay? So I'm going to make a bigger cube here. And then something like this, and then the smaller cube there. Now let's say I want to make some sort of like small house. So I'm going to use this cone that we had from before, and I'm going to put it on top of it to resemble some sort of roof. Okay. Now I'm gonna scale it to make it like wider. See, something like this makes more sense. I guess wider. You see, so now it looks a little funny, but you get the idea. I guess a little bit wider will be better. Yeah, so now it looks kind of like a hut. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some materials to this. What could be, let's see if there's like something about bricks. Yes, there is a few here. Okay, we have bricks for that. And then for this one, let's see if we have something we can use. Roof, maybe? No, not roof. Wood, maybe? Okay, wood. Let's choose this first one. And then as you can see, we have like a nice roof there. And now for this square, let's also change the material. Maybe something related to metal, this metal steel. And then I guess, yeah, that's fine. We can have it there like as a kind of like a connection to our house. Okay, so as you can see, now we are starting to create something that looks a little bit better, right? So the player start, remember you have your player start component. Let's move it to the middle so that when the level starts, our player can start right there in the middle of our area. Okay, I'm gonna run my program, and then as you can see, now we are on our little level that we created. Okay, so for this practice, make sure you have same as me. You can create their floor with a plane, put a grass material, have the chair and the table here, the couch there, and then create this little house that we did here. And then once you have something similar to this completed, you can submit that here for your practice. Okay, so here you're just following my steps to get some practice. So just submit this for the practice level editor. Now, later you're gonna have, right after you complete this practice, you're now gonna be able to do the lab assignment because now you are prepared. Okay, so for the lab assignment, what you're gonna do is that you are going to create a level similar to the one we just did, but you are gonna use at least 10 static mesh objects. Okay, so you're gonna have to go here on the content drawer and get at least 10 items out of here. Okay, once you do that, you're gonna have to translate, rotate, and scale to place those objects where you want and apply material on the objects. So if the object is white, like it doesn't have anything, you can apply material to it. But if it's, let's say, like this chair and couch that it already has a nice color, then you don't have to apply the material. Okay? But as you can see, these lab assignments, they are made so that you also test your creativity. Okay, so the only requirements I'm making is to have these three things. Then it's up to you what you want to do with these requirements. You want to do like a little living room with a house, or you want to do like something completely different. You see, you can take a look here. You have walls with like windows. You have stairs. You have a lamp. You see, you can get creative and do something interesting here. So it's up to you what you want to do, but you have to at least meet these three requirements. And please create this level from scratch. Okay, so this practice we just did was just to follow me along. So don't use this for your lab assignment. Start a new project from scratch and then go from there and test your creativity to do something unique. Okay, if I see your submission that looks pretty much the same as mine for your lab assignment, I'm not gonna give you credit, okay? Because I need to make sure that you understood and that you can apply your own creativity to do your own level. Okay, so your level should look very different from what I have on mine. So get creative and use all these assets from the content drawer that we imported here to do something unique. Okay, so that's gonna be the conclusion for our unit one. Make sure you submit your practice, which is where what we have here, what you followed me along. Remember when you're gonna submit, save, and just click Zip project. I explained that on the introduction how to do that. So submit this for your practice, and then for lab assignment, create your own project with your own unique design. Okay?